Hi, and welcome to day 11-ish of 30 days in my fibro life. I am back on track after missing a day or two in a fibro flare. I am doing better after some rest and good sleep. And today I want to talk about perimenopause and fibromyalgia, and I apologize in advance for any TMI information. Over the past year, I've had a lot of personal struggles with divorce and everything, but my body has also decided that now would be a really good time to go through perimenopause. So I've been experiencing the joy of night sweats and irregular periods and mood swings. Lots of fun. For example, I didn't have a period for 4 months, and then in the past month, I've had two really heavy ones. Been feeling like I've had PMS all month, and I think this is a pretty common in my age group. And unfortunately, with fibromyalgia, perimenopause tends to make our symptoms worse, as does menopause, and for some people, even just menstruation. So I was reading in a really good book about the studies that have been done, and one study found that nearly half of menstruating women with fibromyalgia reported a worsening of pain and fatigue during their menses. About a quarter of patients feel their symptoms get worse during or after menopause. So, and this is definitely kind of what I see clinically with my patients. So there's a couple ways that we can work on addressing this and trying to improve it. The first is actually looking at a different hormone system. So our adrenal glands are really important for kind of a balance of the equilibrium of our other hormones, including thyroid and sex hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. So the adrenals sort of form the foundation of like our hormone pyramid, is kind of a way that I think about it. And as you might know from reading in this book or other videos or my blogs, adrenal burnout is really common in fibromyalgia because our fight or flight system is so activated, it's kind of driving the adrenals all the time. And ultimately, over time, they can get burned out where they're just not functioning as well. And there's a whole chapter in here about how to see if you have adrenal burnout and how to treat it. But ultimately, if you are having menopausal symptoms, things that are kind of making fibromyalgia symptoms worse related to hormones, actually starting to improve adrenal function is a really good way to start. And you don't have to take my word for it. There's been some studies that show that women suffer from worsened fibromyalgia symptoms due to adrenal burnout with menopause. Severity of PMS has also been linked to adrenal dysfunction. And menopausal women with more severe fibromyalgia symptoms also have lower DHEA levels, which is a marker of adrenal health. So basically, if you are struggling with worsened fibromyalgia symptoms during certain times of the menstrual cycle due to perimenopause or menopausal symptoms, first focus on improving the health of your adrenal glands. And again, you can learn how to do that here, or I've got a blog that I'll link to in the description about adrenal dysfunction and fibromyalgia. So if you go down the adrenal path and that's not helping, the next thing that you can try is hormone replacement therapy. And that basically kind of stops the perimenopause or menopausal symptoms and puts you back in kind of a premenopausal state. But the challenge is there's some risks associated with hormones, including increased risk of breast and uterine cancer. So because of this, it's really kind of an individual decision based on your own personal health history, your family history, and, kind of working with your physician or healthcare provider to see if hormone replacement therapy might be a good option for you or not. And then the final thing, and actually I just recently did this myself, is pregabalin or Lyrica or gabapentin actually has been shown to reduce night sweats and hot flashes, kind of reduces some of the intensity. So I'm not having hot flashes yet, but night sweats are definitely interfering with my sleep. So recently I increased my pregabalin dosage at night, and that has actually been really helpful. So that is another thing to kind of think about or talk with your doctor. So that was my doorbell. I will go get it in a second. But in review, first work on adrenal health, then talk about hormone replacement therapy. Next, think about medications to improve symptoms. And again, you can learn much more about this in this wonderful book by a really cool woman. I think you should meet her. All right. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Stay fierce.